With the recently announced Sonic X Shadow Generations coming to modern systems, I thought it would be a perfect time to talk about this game, as this is the anniversary title for Sonic, as they were celebrating his birthday, which is a whole plot by the way. As they were celebrating, a Time Eater went up and, well, absorbed everybody, and everyone's either frozen or trapped or something along the lines, which the two Sonics have to go along and play these classic levels from Sonic 1 to like Sonic Colors to save your friends. So there's two different gameplay styles in this one. It's the classic 2D, and the other one is your traditional 3D Sonic game. So each of them has their own unique gameplay sets, as one will play like a 2D classic and the other one will play like its modern gameplay, like Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Colors gameplay for example. But speaking of classic, the original Sega Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog game is also in this game, which you guys can actually use in-game currency. No, it does not involve real-life money if asking. Also, this game is backwards compatible in the Xbox One, Xbox Series, and the game ended up getting enhanced, and it's gotten itself a frame boost for the Xbox version. So if you guys want to play that one, you guys can. The game got a 3DS release as well, which is a whole, well, the plot's the same, but it's a complete different game because the 3DS version has its own exclusive levels and bosses for you guys to fight, but there's like 20% that are still on par with the home console, but most of the bosses you'll be facing are completely different. The classic gameplay style still retains, but Sonic for a modern style is like 2.5D instead. Your plot of the goal is that you have to complete each different levels from your past game experiences, like Sonic Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3, and Knuckles, along with there being Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Sonic 06, and any other games that you probably played in the past. Now, as I mentioned, the 3DS version has different levels, which, well, I should mention that this remaster version is going to have new levels containing Shadow the Hedgehog, so that gives you a whole reason to get the game in the first place. So let's hope it doesn't like have a bad launch like Sonic Colors Ultimate did, which I'll probably talk about at some point soon. Anyhow, it's going to set to come out later this year in 2024, so I can't wait to get that game. But anyhow, you have to get these emeralds so that way you can complete the game. So you get the emeralds by like defeating some bosses, but in the 3DS version, they have these mini game where it's kind of like how you play Sonic Heroes and to chase after the emerald in these special worlds. Like you have to grab these orbs, so you can go faster. That's mainly the 3DS version. But yeah, like the home console version, you have to defeat these bosses in order to get the emeralds, including some of the rival bosses you'll be fighting, like Silver and Shadow and Metal Sonic, for example. There was also this pre-order level where you guys can play this pinball one, but on the consoles, you can't even get it as a standalone thing. But on Steam, you can get it as a bundle, which doesn't make sense to me, but it's there. And that's pretty much it about that stuff. So if you guys are like new to the Sonic series and you want to see how the past games play with these stages, then you can. But if you guys are old school and want to celebrate the way that Sonic was a thing, then this is definitely a game for you, as like I mentioned, it's an anniversary title, and the game alone doesn't give away as a secret. Like I said, it's a main plot of thing, but you play as two different Sonics, you fight their own retrospective bosses, and that's it. But yeah, the 3DS version is a unique one because I believe it was a launch title, it's at least one of the launch titles, one of the first Sonic games beyond the system, having its own unique set of levels. Well, Green Hill Zone is still a thing, but in terms of everything else, they're all completely different levels from their own retrospective games. This game also features like the classic remixes of these music, which you guys can also listen to as well if you really want to. So if you guys have already played the home console variant of this game, then get the 3DS version. It's supposed to be cheaper anyhow too for the system, so I should mention, if you guys have already played home console version, then play 3DS one, as like I mentioned, it does contain exclusive levels. Also, I should mention something. From looking into the trailer of the Sonic X Shadow announcement video, we may be getting some 3DS exclusive levels a part of the remastered version, and one of those actually gave it away because the Bio Lizard was actually a 3DS boss, and now we're actually going to get that in the home console variant for the first time for Sonic Generations. So, all I can say about this game is that you guys should definitely play this if you guys want to celebrate the anniversary of Sonic. And this was like back when the gameplay was actually good, unlike certain ones that are like clunky and unplayable, like Sonic Frontiers, which that game is clunky, but it has a great idea, but the gameplay I cannot play because how clunky the gameplay and controls are. Especially if you're trying to have some executions. We've already made a short about how bad the game is in terms of like the jankiness. I wish they would have delayed the game. But look, if you guys play like Sonic Unleashed, which I've already talked about, then you get the gameplay idea in terms of this game, so... Or if you guys have played Sonic Colors, that is too, which I should go on and mention that this game plays pretty much identical, except you don't have those power-up things or collecting these medals in order to access levels or whatnot. So, all I can say is that I would recommend the Xbox version since it's enhanced for the system in terms of Xbox One X and the Xbox Series, as I previously mentioned, for this enhanced graphics and frame rate. So if you guys want to showcase like, hey, this is what I played when I was little or whatever, this is the type of game you guys should get. But I'll hold off on the Sonic X Shadow Generations video whenever the game comes out, and I'll talk about it at some point. So if you guys haven't played a Sonic game, this is one of the games I would start with, so you can get the history into how these classic games are like. Some of these stages though are like redesigned just for certain aspects, like the classic and the modern versions, but you guys get the point of these stages. It's meant to be like an anniversary celebration, so it's there for you, and you guys can do whatever you want on the thing. But like I said, if you guys have not owned the original Sonic Hedgehog 1, this game will come with it, so you don't have to worry about that. Unless you got those Genesis collections, like the Ultimate Genesis Collection, or maybe the ones that came out on the Switch and whatever too. So, I hope you guys will enjoy this game as much as I did back in the day.